Yo, what up, street dogs? This is Eric Kim, or at The Thought. The camera as a totem for power. So what I love about photography is, you know, as I'm holding my camera and walking around and just talking nonsense with you, it actually, photography and the camera actually makes me feel more powerful. It makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel more self-assured, and photography gives me the great zest for life, towards life, and stuff like that. And so for me, a life without photography is not really a life worth living for myself. And I mean, this is just like, obviously just like my personal take on it, and how I feel about it. And certainly not everyone's going to feel the same way about photography. But yeah, what I consider great about photography is that photography as, you know, the great tool of empowerment. Photography as a great tool to just kind of see the world, wander, explore, and find deep gratitude about everything you see and experience and stuff like that. And yeah, photography is not really a competition. Maybe it's more of a game. It's a game that you play with yourself. And the thing is, there's no points. There's no real, you know, leveling up in the game sense. And so in some ways, I think one of the best ways to approach photography is to demetricate yourself. And what does it mean to demetricate yourself? To demetricate yourself means don't attach any numerical value to anything that you do. I mean, even if you think about, you know, the ancient heroes of Homer, Achilles, Hector, and so forth, you know, like none of them cared how much they could bench press or squat or deadlift or whatever like that, but rather the most important thing is that they exhibited courage. And I just read a little bit the history of the Peloponnesian War by Thucydides. One of the funeral speeches, I think, from Pericles was like, the secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. So what that means to me is kind of like courage is the apex value. So is that as long as you're courageous, then you'll have freedom. And then if you have freedom, then you'll have happiness. And that seems like the more proper order. Because I think the mistake that people make is they think that the goal is to just maximize our happiness in life. And actually, I don't think that's the thing. I think it's actually probably more interesting to think about like maximizing your courage in life. Now, how does one maximize their courage in life? Certainly this is very subjective, but essentially it's for you to share your thoughts and share your mind, and to essentially not censor yourself. And so for me, I judge people by the audacity of their claims, of their thoughts. Certainly intelligence and erudition and just like how learned they are is important. But even something else I read, I think it was like speech from Cleon, C-L-E-O-N, I think one of the Athenian generals or something like that, is that it's better to be simpler and less intelligent than to be very, very intelligent and learned, but to be overly complex and to be political for the sake of being showy. Because I think the best truths tend to be simple, direct, pragmatic, and useful. And it seems far more interesting and fun in life when, rather than rather than just trying to show off to others how smart and intelligent and clever you are, is actually to share ideas and thoughts which are empowering, helpful, and encouraging to others. I know personally in my life, you know, one of the apex things that I care about is my own personal motivation, my own turbo thoughts, my own creative spirit and soul. And you know, obviously I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel that I'm always seeking for a better environment, a better scenario, a better situation that will help me become more creative, more thoughtful, more wise, more intelligent, and so forth. But you know, it's a hard game because our environment is always changing, our lives are always changing and stuff like that. So it seems like here, this is where the advice of Steve Jobs is actually pretty good, right? Via the whole world Earth catalog is stay hungry, stay foolish, always be hungry for more, and be foolish. Treat everything carte blanche, and don't worry about how things have been done in the past. There's no best practices. Pave your own path and your own best practices.